Hey, good news, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Business in the Know. I'm Mike Walpert with my host, Paul Benton. Today, we are talking about, oddly, small businesses and even better, money. Where to get some more so we can together survive, thrive, recover through 2021 and the fabulous COVID mess. Good news, Scott Rogalski from the Small Business Development Center out Sacramento is joining us today to talk just about that financial stuff, since he's the expert. Paul.
Hey, good morning, Mike. Hey, Scott, welcome to the show. This morning, we're talking about the California Small Business COVID-19 Relief Grant Program. Can you just set the table for us? What is this program and what's SBDC's connection to it?
Yes, good morning. Thank you very much, Paul and Mike, for invite to your show. Small Business Development Centers, SBDCs, were nationally funded. We're the consulting arm of SBA, Small Business Administration. We're also funded by the Governor's Office of Economic Development, which is called GoBiz. And because of this funding, we come to small business owners, entrepreneurs at no cost. We help them start, grow, buy businesses, sell businesses. And during this pandemic, we've become experts on the PPP, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, which is called EIDL. And then most recently, within the last week, we've become experts on the COVID-19 Relief Grant Program offered through the State of California Small Business Advocate Department. And with this program, depending on the annual revenue size for small businesses, as low as $1,000 and as high as $2.5 million, businesses can apply. For-profits and nonprofits can apply up to anywhere from $5,000 if the revenue is between $1,000 and $100,000, $15,000 if the annual revenue is between $100,000 and $1 million, and $25,000 if the annual revenue is between $1 million and $2.5 million. So these are small businesses that were impacted the most by COVID-19, by the pandemic, also businesses that are in low to moderate income areas and rural communities.
What's the deadline for applying? They've just extended it, haven't they?
Yes, they did. We're really excited that they extended the deadline. So today is the 6th. They have from today till the 13th at 11:59 p.m. to apply and to upload all their documents. Today is the day that they will be notified by email to update their applications and change anything if they made a mistake from for-profit or nonprofit, and also upload all their documents, which they were not able to do that in the past few days.
And I will tell you, I applied for our company, and compared to applying for the PPP, I found it was surprisingly easy in comparison. PPP took me something like 12 hours of work. I got the first round application without uploading anything done in about 20 minutes. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yes, that is the case. You can apply for this application very quickly and seamlessly, about what you said, about 15 to 25 minutes. And then once you start uploading the documents, that could take a little bit longer, but it is a very simple process. The first step is just to apply. It's only 6 sections, and then you'll receive an email to start uploading your documents.
What are the documents that we have to upload?
So depending on your entity formation, if you're a corporation, then it would be articles of incorporation. If you're a Schedule C, like a gig economer where you're doing Uber or Lyft, or you're a real estate agent, or some sort of like 1099 contractor, sole proprietor will upload their fictitious name statement. And then if you're a partnership, it would be articles of organization. So articles of incorporation if you're incorporated, articles of organization if you're a 1065 or an LLC. And then if you're a Schedule C, which would be pretty much everyone else, you would need a fictitious name statement.
Do we need PNLs?
At this time, you do not need to submit any current P&L, profit and loss, income statement, or balance sheet. At this time, it's only your most recent filed tax return, whether that was 2018 or 2019. So at this time, there's no need to supply your P&Ls and balance sheets, which is awesome and amazing. It makes it a lot easier to apply for small businesses. There is a disclosure on Section 6 that you will have to put your annual revenue for the last for the quarter 2 and quarter 3 of 2019 and quarter 2 or quarter 3 of 2020, so that they can kind of see like a side-by-side comparison for those 2 quarters year by year to see how you're doing. If most businesses are probably under those 2 quarters. So the Q2 and Q3 goes from April 1st to September 30th of 19, 6 months, and then same time period of 2020 to see a year by year comparison of how they're doing.
What was also really refreshing is this is not a first come, first serve program. There's not a stampede here. There's a score. And if everybody gets their application in by the deadline, then there is a review on a score. What do you know about the score and how the decision is going to be made?
Yeah, so it's a great question. It is not first come, first serve. So if you wanted to apply today, great. If you applied on the 30th when they opened, great. But if you want to wait till the 13th, the last day, you can also apply that day, and it will not hinder your abilities of being approved or declined. As far as the score, we're not privy to that information and the particulars of what the score would mean, but it is businesses that were mostly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. There's certain industries that were mostly impacted. Again, low to moderate income areas, rural areas, and also minority-owned businesses, women-owned, veteran-owned, disabled-owned businesses.
And Scott, if you got PPP funding in the first round, should we be worried that that's going to hurt our chances? What do you know about that?
No, that's a great question. It comes up often. So any grants that businesses receive prior to this grant, whether it be a city, a county grant, or a PPP, which was obviously partially forgiven and partially a loan, and then the economic injury disaster loan, EIDL, which is a full loan. Doesn't matter if you received all of those types of loans or grants or forgivable notes. None of that would hinder your ability to be approved or declined. So if you received all those other monies, it doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt your chances of getting approved.
And just a couple last questions. When do you expect funding can take place?
So funding to take place depending on when they get back to you. So the applications for round 1, we're only in round 1 right now. So applications for round 1 will end on the 13th. They'll start notifying people on approval or declined or waitlisted by the 15th of January. So I'm assuming that possibly 30 days after they are notified, they will receive the funds once they're selected for the award. The great thing about the process of applying, every business owner will find out if they were approved, like awarded the grant, not selected, not approved, or waitlisted. Waitlisted at this time means in round 1, if you are waitlisted, then you'll have a chances to go into round 2. So round 2, we don't know when round 2 will launch. We're hoping that round 2 will launch either later this month at the end or beginning of February, but we're still waiting for that time frame. So I'm assuming that most businesses in round 1 will be the ones that were approved and awarded the money will get those monies sometimes in February.
All right, and last question, where can people go to get help?
It's a great question. If you go to California Relief Grant, so careliefgrant.com, you could find all the partners that exist that are offering the services to apply. So unlike PPP, Lendistry is the only lender that is the intermediary from the state of California to you as a small business that will help you get this grant funds. PPP, it was thousands of banks. This time it's only Lendistry from the state to get the funds to you. And the only way to apply is to go through a partner organization like the SBDC, Small Business Development Center. So when you click on your county that you're in, whether it be Sacramento or Kern or Ventura, you can go there and you can find SBDC and you click apply now and you can apply there. And that's where you find grants now, you apply, and then you go through the application. The only way to apply is not to go to Lendistry's website. You have to go through a county and then find a partner.
And one clarification, this is not a loan, it's a grant?
Yes, it is not a loan. It is a grant. You don't have to pay it back, so it doesn't mean it's forgivable. You don't have to put all this extra paperwork in like the PPP to make sure it's forgivable. So it's a grant, not a loan. Don't have to pay it back, but you will have to pay taxes on it per your tax professional, and that depends on your tax bracket. And but you won't have to pay taxes on it until since you're getting funded in 2021, you'll have to pay taxes on it and file that in 2022.
As regular income, it just goes into, as you book it as revenue, correct?
Yes.
Right. Very interesting, Mike.
Wow, that's a great, concise bunch of information, super useful. I really appreciate it, Scott. I have learned over the years to depend on the SBDC for great information for small businesses. Thanks for stepping up and becoming experts in this. And this is changing pretty quick. Hopefully we can have you back on a future show over the next couple of weeks if you make some more time for us.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks for everyone. I appreciate you tuning in for another episode of Business in the Know, where we try to figure this all out. And as we round the corner to 2021, let's have some fun, continue to tell some good stories, and see if we can't make a couple bucks doing it.